Welcome to the pink side. My roommate dared me. Now I'm his pretty girlfriend. I never planned on becoming his girlfriend. Especially not in a short pink skirt, sitting on our worn-out couch, blushing while he took a picture of me, just for proof. But that's the thing about dares. They start as jokes. And then they change everything. My name is Eli, and until 2 weeks ago, I thought I had everything figured out. I was 23, majoring in digital media, living off cheap ramen and caffeine. My days were packed with editing work and gaming streams. I kept to myself, mostly. I had one roommate, Ryan, a confident, funny, annoyingly perfect guy who worked in film and had a knack for making people laugh. We were opposites, but somehow we worked. He partied. I coded. He dated effortlessly.
I didn't.
He always teased me for being too serious, calling me robot boy. I laughed it off, secretly jealous of how easily the world bent to him. We'd only been living together for 6 months when he found my secret. Well, not quite my secret. More like the files on my external drive. The folder was called Backup, Doc. Clever, right? I thought so. Inside? Dozens of Photoshop selfies. Meet as a girl. Dressed in outfits I never wore. Faces I'd never shown. Names I'd never said aloud.
Zara.
I hadn't meant for him to see it. But that night, we were drinking, laughing. Ryan had dared me to play a round of Digital Truth. We swapped laptops for 5 minutes and had to open 3 random files. I figured I'd win. His drive was chaos. I didn't expect him to open that folder. He went quiet. I panicked. But then he grinned. Wait, he said, eyes gleaming. Is this you? I didn't answer. My face said it all. And then he leaned back, hands behind his head, and said 9 words that flipped my whole world. I dare you to dress like this for real. Our place was nothing special. A 3rd-floor 2-bedroom in a slightly too pricey neighborhood. We had a cozy living room filled with movie posters, LED lights, and a couch that sagged in the middle. My room was a mess of monitors and empty energy drinks. Ryan's room was always clean, stylish, like the guy lived in a catalog. That night, after the dare, I didn't sleep. I kept staring at my mirror, imagining myself the way I looked in those edited photos. Makeup, hair, cute skirt, heels. I thought I buried Zara years ago, back when the feelings first surfaced. When I first wondered what it would feel like to be pretty. Back then, I pushed it down, laughed it off, hid behind the screen. Now, Ryan had seen it. And instead of laughing at me, he dared me to do it. There was one other person who complicated all of this. Emma. My girlfriend. Well, sort of. We weren't serious. We'd been dating casually for 2 months, dinner, a few sleepovers, nothing deep. She liked that I was low maintenance and chill. I liked that she didn't ask too many questions. But lately, she'd been hinting at more. You're so mysterious, she said once. Like there's this whole part of you I haven't seen. If only she knew. I couldn't tell her about Zara. I couldn't tell anyone. That part of me was too raw, too complicated, too easy to break if touched the wrong way. So instead, I kept it locked away. Until Ryan opened the door. The dare was supposed to be funny. Ryan laughed, tossed me a wig from the costume bin in our hallway closet and said, "Come on, Zara, let's see if you've got what it takes." He even offered to help.
He didn't mock me. Didn't shame me.
He was curious, playful, and weirdly excited. Part of me wanted to run. But another part, the secret part that whispered late at night, wanted to say yes. I told him I'd think about it. He winked and said, "I'll be home Saturday. If Zara wants to come out, I'll be waiting." I stood in my doorway long after he walked away, heart pounding so hard I thought it might crack my ribs. Was this really happening? Could I actually become her? Even for a night? Saturday arrived faster than I expected. I spent the morning pacing my room, pretending to watch YouTube, pretending to code, pretending everything was normal. But I couldn't stop thinking about the dare. About her.
Zara.
She'd never existed in the real world, just on screens, in fantasy, in hidden files. But now she had a chance to breathe. And I didn't know if I should be terrified or thrilled. What if I looked ridiculous? What if Ryan laughed? What if he didn't laugh? I stared at my closet, at the duffel bag under my bed where I kept everything I swore I'd never use again. Makeup I ordered in secret, one thrifted wig, a few clothes I claimed were for costume parties. My hands shook as I pulled the zipper open. Inside was Zara's wardrobe. A short pleated skirt, a pink crop top, a pair of sheer black tights, heeled boots. They weren't just clothes. They were a secret I'd stitched together over the years, quietly, guiltily, desperately. And today I'd wear them. Because Ryan dared me. Because I needed to know who I really was. I locked the door, closed the blinds, took a deep breath. Then I began. The tights slid up my legs with a soft whisper. The skirt settled just above my knees, shorter than I remembered. The crop top hugged my body, exposing a little midriff. I looked in the mirror and cringed. My posture was off. My hair was wrong. My face too plain. So I reached for the makeup. Hands trembling, I applied foundation, concealer, light contouring, then mascara, then blush, then a nude lip gloss. By the time I pinned on the wig and brushed it into soft waves, something strange had happened. I no longer looked like Eli. I looked like her.
Zara.
My heart thundered. I turned left.
Right.
My face flushed with warmth as I caught my reflection full length. This wasn't a joke anymore. This was me. Ryan knocked at my door. You coming out or what? He teased. Don't make me break in. I froze. Could I really show him? Could I really let her out? Before I could talk myself out of it, I opened the door. Ryan's jaw dropped. Whoa. He stared for a moment too long. His eyes traveled over the boots, the tights, the swish of the skirt, the careful sweep of makeup on my face. Then he said, You're actually really pretty. I looked away, face burning. Shut up. No, I mean it, he said. You look amazing. And then he did something I didn't expect. He walked up, gently tucked a strand of the wig behind my ear, and smiled. You passed the dare, he whispered. My heart fluttered. Is this still a joke? I asked. He looked at me carefully. Do you want it to be? I didn't answer. I couldn't. Sit on the couch, Ryan said, grabbing his phone. I need a picture. For proof. I hesitated. Then sat. Legs crossed, one boot kicked up, hands in my lap. He snapped a few pictures, grinning the whole time.
Damn.
You don't even look like the same person. Delete those after, I said quickly. Sure, he smirked. After I show you how gorgeous you look. He turned the screen. I blinked. It wasn't a joke. I looked like a real girl. My jawline softened by contour. My eyes wide. My lips glossy. Even my expression, shy, uncertain, felt right. Zara, he whispered. You look like someone who's been waiting to exist. I bit my lip. Maybe I have. Underscore 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 underscore. Brain buildup, Part 5. The emotional spiral. Ryan made popcorn.
Put on a movie.
We sat on opposite sides of the couch. But as the night wore on, we drifted closer. Every time I shifted in the skirt or brushed hair from my cheek, I felt his eyes on me. But not mocking. Not predatory. Curious. Admiring. It scared me. Because I liked it. Too much. Around midnight, I stood to leave. Hey, Ryan said. You okay? I nodded. Just need to change back. He looked at me a long time. You don't have to. I paused. I can't be her, I said quietly. Not for real. Why not? Because I'll lose everything. Or maybe, he said, you'll finally find it. The next morning, I woke up with a hangover of emotions. Zara was gone. Her clothes hidden. Her makeup washed away. But the photos still lived on Ryan's phone. When I saw him in the kitchen, I tensed. You deleted them, right? He hesitated, then nodded.
Yeah.
Sure. I didn't believe him. Later that day, I logged into his laptop while he was in the shower. I found the folder. Not only had he kept the pictures, he'd edited them, added filters,
Cropped.
brightened, like he was preserving a memory. My heart pounded. I closed the lid and backed away. That night, as I sat staring at the photos he had taken, my phone buzzed.
Emma.
Hey, she said cheerfully. Wanna hang tomorrow? I hesitated.
Sure, I said. Cool.
Can I come over? I miss your place.
Panic spiked.
Actually, maybe I'll come to yours, I said quickly. But she insisted, and I knew she could tell something was off. I feel like you're hiding something, she said softly. I'm not, I lied.
She paused.
You're acting different lately. Like something's changed. I stared at my reflection in the dark screen. Maybe something had. Maybe someone had. The next weekend, Ryan knocked on my door again. He had a shopping bag in his hand. New dare, he said. If you're brave enough. I raised an eyebrow. What kind? He pulled out a red dress. Tried something bolder. Let's see if Zara can handle it. I should have said no. I wanted to say no. But I said yes. Because Zara wasn't just a dare anymore. She was becoming real. And that terrified me. It wasn't just a dress, it was a statement. The moment I slipped into it, I felt like I had crossed a line I couldn't walk back from. The fabric hugged every curve I didn't know I had. The neckline dipped just enough to be dangerous. The hem barely reached my thighs. I had never looked so bold, so exposed, so alive. Ryan watched me walk out of my room, and his reaction made my knees weak. Holy esset, he couldn't even finish. I stood there, awkward, tugging at the hem. Too much. He shook his head, speechless. Say something. He exhaled. Zara, you don't look like a guy in a dress. You look like a girl who owns the room. I blushed furiously. Where would I even wear this? He grinned. Who said you're staying in? It was a dare, again. But not the kind he made before. Ryan dared me to go out in public. Just a short drive. No talking. Just sit in the passenger seat and be Zara. My stomach twisted into knots, but I said yes. In the car, I sat stiffly, heart hammering in my chest. Every red light felt like a spotlight. I kept checking my reflection in the mirror, adjusting my wig, pulling the hem of the dress down. Ryan looked over at me and smiled. You're nervous. I nodded. He reached over and squeezed my hand. You're safe with me. We ended up at a late-night diner where no one really looked twice. I clung to the edge of the booth while Ryan ordered pancakes like it was just another Saturday night. You don't have to talk, he said gently. Just experience it. So I sat there, sipping a milkshake with my perfectly glossed lips, listening to the hum of late-night chatter and clinking silverware. Nobody screamed. Nobody pointed. For the first time, Zara existed in the world. And it felt right. I whispered, I don't know who I am anymore. Ryan smiled sadly. Maybe you're finally figuring it out. When we got home, the lights were still off. I was about to head to my room when I heard the door unlock. Ryan turned. Wait, who has a key? I froze.
Emma.
She stepped in holding a bag of groceries, stopping cold as her eyes landed on me. Or rather, Zara. Time slowed. Her expression shifted. Confusion, shock, betrayal. Who is this? She asked, voice cracking. I couldn't breathe. Ryan stepped forward. Emma? No, she looked directly at me. Eli? The wig. The makeup. The heels. The red dress. I couldn't hide. I didn't try. Yes, I whispered. What the hell is going on? She demanded. I didn't mean for you to find out like this. Like what? That my boyfriend's dressing up and going on dates with his roommate? It wasn't a date. Really? Because it sure looks like a date. Ryan raised his hands. Emma, calm down. Don't tell me to calm down. I stepped forward, trembling. I didn't mean to lie to you. I didn't know how to explain Zara. Emma stared at me, wounded. Zara? That's who I am when I feel most honest. Her face crumbled. And you didn't trust me with that? After she stormed out, I collapsed onto the couch. Wig half off. tears ruining my makeup. Ryan sat beside me silently. I ruined everything, I whispered. He handed me a tissue. Or maybe you finally told the truth. I hurt her. She deserved honesty. So, did you? I looked at myself in the mirror above the TV. Mascara streaked, lips smudged, wig crooked. But beneath all that, I still saw Zara. I stood up slowly, walked to the mirror, and fixed the wig, straightened it, smoothed the hair, then reached down and zipped up the red dress again. I'm not ready to stop being her, I said quietly. Ryan nodded. Then don't. And then, he stood behind me in the mirror, his hand resting lightly on my shoulder. You know, I don't think I ever wanted you as a roommate. I turned. What do you mean? He smiled. I think I've been waiting for her all along. Sunday evening. Silence filled the apartment. I sat curled up on the couch, still in Zara's clothes, still with smudged makeup, heart heavy from everything that had happened. Ryan had gone to the store, giving me space. That's when I heard the knock. 3 soft taps. My blood froze. I rose slowly, heels clicking against the hardwood floor, and peeked through the peephole. It was Emma. I opened the door. She stared at me, this time fully seeing Zara, not caught off guard or in a rage, but looking. Really looking. Her expression unreadable. I needed answers, she said quietly. I stepped aside, letting her in. I'm sorry. Are you Eli right now? She asked, voice shaking.
No, I said.
I'm Zara. Emma nodded, sat down, folded her hands. You lied to me. I didn't know how to tell you. I didn't even know what I was. You're something, she whispered. Someone. I didn't speak. I couldn't. I saw how Ryan looked at you, she added. A beat of silence. Do you love him? I looked at the floor. I don't know. I think maybe I love how he sees me. Emma rose, walked to me, reached out, and touched the edge of my sleeve. Her voice broke. So what now? I don't know, I whispered. Are you going to be her all the time? I think I want to figure that out. She gave a bitter smile. That's the truth I deserved from the start. I know. I came here thinking I was going to scream, she said. Maybe throw things. But seeing you like this. She looked away. You're kind of beautiful. And it scares me. The door opened again. Ryan walked in, grocery bag in hand. He stopped when he saw us. Me as Zara, Emma standing close, her eyes red. No one spoke for a full 5 seconds. Then Emma turned to both of us. I'm leaving, she said. But first, I need to know one thing. Her eyes darted between me and Ryan. Are you two together now? I blinked. Ryan opened his mouth, but the screen cuts to black.